All right, you guys, we are going to talk about the light within today. You know, I think the light within means different things to a lot of different people. I've realized. So I'm going to talk about what it means to me. The light within, or a lot of people call it the inner light. This is our connection to our souls, our divinity. This is like the guiding light that sometimes we hear, people talk the guiding light. So it's an energy, an infinite, ever expanding, benevolent intelligence, the purest energy from its highest source. And when we connect with our own inner light, we connect with the infinite. When we feel the presence of our inner light, it kind of, if you close your eyes and just kind of like imagine you're feeling your inner light, you kind of feel a softness and a sweetness in the moment. And there's a kindness, because that's the only way. If you're tapping into the divinity, the inner light, that's all divinity knows. When we connect to our inner light, we can also more easily see it in others. And you can kind of picture this, right? Like if you wake up in the morning and you're feeling really good about yourself and you're feeling love and you feel like your heart is open, you kind of notice that in other people. You kind of, like that's why when people in love, they're always going, everybody's so nice. I had the best day today. Everybody's so nice because they're just emanating love because they're in love and that's all they see is love, right? And it's the same with the inner light. If we can tap into our inner light, then we're gonna be more apt to see it in other people. When we tap into the inner light, it brings about feelings of well-being and almost like we trust that all is well. It's always there. It doesn't go away. It's part of who we are. So a lot of the times we just need to connect to it. To access the light within, we find the stillness. But there's some kind of a stillness that we can find if we intend. We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I think I was saying most everything is about intention anyway. So if we intend that we are going to go and find the light within, or we're going to grow our light, or we're going to sense our light, or we're going to feel our light. If we intend to do that, we're going to do it. So we don't have to be sitting in an environment where, in a meditation studio or anything, where the lights, where there's all kinds of candles and there's music playing, and we're doing this, to find that light. We can find that light when we're driving down the freeway. You just take a breath in, and you intend to bring in the love and bring in the light. You focus on your heart. And you focus on that light, you breathe out, you just imagine it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Imagine that we're connecting that light, to the universal light. I can always sense it. There's something that I can just sense in my heart chakra when I think about this light, this inner light. It's divinity, it could be the source, it could be whatever you want it to be. But if you sense it as love and divine creativity, you'll feel it. If you're in the middle of a situation where you're actually having a conversation with somebody and you're going back and forth and you can feel yourself, you can feel your heart rate going up. You can feel your breath becoming shallow. Well, you're in a reactive space. You're getting into a reactive space at that time. When you can feel your heart, palpitating and you're getting a shallow breath, that's a really good time to be mindful. Like, oh, I'm feeling that my heart is, starting to palpitate a little bit more. So then you can ask yourself at that moment when you become mindful, because if it goes too far, we're going to go over it. It's going to be gone by the time. We will have already said what we probably didn't want to say, and then we'll be mindful of it later, which is fine, because at least you're mindful of it at some point. But if you can catch that before you react to something that somebody does, and ask yourself, how would love respond? Then you may be able to respond in more of a kind manner. That's the challenge for this week. The challenge for this week is to try to catch yourself when you feel yourself irritated. Either your heart's going to start beating a little bit faster, or you're going to start breathing, your breath will become shallow, and you realize, hey, it's a good time to be mindful, And then the next thing that happens, ask yourself, how would love respond? Or maybe even before you send out that email you want to send out. And the best part about this light that's within us, it's a natural resource and it's free of charge. Alrighty, so I have a quote. This is from Wayne Dyer. See the light in others and treat them as if that is all you see. Boy, if we could all do these things 100% of the time, what a wonderful world. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, I'm going to let it shine. So remember, this week, ask yourself, how would love respond? Namaste, my friends.